soul. It's free. Sounds good, it's free.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the very first episode of 412 Sports. Thank you for tuning in today. I may be a little flustered today because I've never done this before, but it'll get better as time goes on. If you aren't familiar with 412 Sports, we cover almost all sports, from basketball to football to baseball, and even some sports you may have never even heard about. So let's get right into it. The Little League World Series is finally underway. Very highly anticipated. I know a lot of people, including myself, love watching a little bit of Little League. The tournament officially got underway this week in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, with 10 teams from the U.S., 10 teams internationally, competing for the championship. Honestly, this is one of my favorite events because you get to watch young players from all over the world compete on such a big stage. Obviously, Texas is one of the big favorites to come out of this with the trophy, just because it's Texas. Obviously, they have everything there. Sports is huge. But we'll see. Let me know in the comments who you think is going to win the Little League World Series. I forget who it was last year. But I'm pretty sure it was somebody internationally, so definitely something to watch out for this year. Sticking with baseball, let's go over to MLB. The playoff race is heating up. I myself am not as educated on baseball as I wish I was. Obviously, that's another thing that'll get better as time goes on, as this channel grows. Last night, the Pirates had an insane finish. Pittsburgh came back against Detroit with 2 ninth-inning home runs, including a game winner from Brandon Lowe to win 4-3. Obviously, with the playoffs just around the corner, the MLB will be under ESPN's eye, definitely. As I'm looking at the standings, and as I said, not that well versed in the MLB. It will get better. The Buccaneers. Oh my gosh, I am so sorry. My deepest apologies to baseball fans. I'm blind. I'm half deaf. It looks like I have a friend who is big on the Chicago Cubs, and it is looking like they are doing very well this year. The Brewers are atop the standings at 78-49, while the Athletics are at the bottom of the standings at 49-78. Forgive my stutter. Again, a lot of eyes on the MLB, and then it'll be very interesting to see how that all pans out. Let's move over a little more into my area, which is the NBA. Big news in the NBA today. James Harden agrees to $97 million deal to remain with the Cleveland Cavaliers for 3 more years. Personally, I don't know. I don't feel great about this. He's a really good player, but I don't know. I feel like they need to maybe get somebody else if they want to finally climb the ladder and get to a championship. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Some more big news this week in the NBA. Dennis Schroeder to the Hornets. The journeyman continues his long trek through the league. Lands with his... Man, I don't even know what team this is for him now, but it's a lot. He's very, very good player to have, I think. The Charlotte Hornets is his 12th team, which is wild. Very insane. I think he's a good player. I don't understand why teams don't have him on for more than a year. But he's very good. His knowledge of the game is, obviously, with being on that many teams for that long, his knowledge of the game is very deep, detailed. Another big trade, Peyton Watson. Peyton Watson to the Cavs. Max Strus to the Clippers. In a 5-team deal. Don't know all of the details of that, but Peyton Watson is a good player. I remember in the playoffs either last year or this year, is a very good role player. If you just need like an explosive player off the bench, he's there. Obviously, Max Strus is really good. I'm wondering if it's the consistency issue is the reason that he was traded. But I think the Clippers could definitely use him and his defensive intensity. In other news, no surprise, Wemby named France captain for the FIBA qualifiers. I think that's going to be, obviously, no surprise. I, for one, don't watch much FIBA basketball, but I will keep you guys updated, see what happens there. And then finally, let's talk some NFL. Obviously, the season just around the corner. I know a lot of people are really excited about it. I'm excited for it. This will be the first year that I've really kind of paid attention to some NFL stuff. And again, I don't know much about it, but there's a lot of training camps going on, a lot of roster spots switching around. I think it'll be very interesting to see, if there are any young players who are trying to get on a roster, seeing if there are any, eye-opening moves. Thankfully, the preseason is underway. Tonight we have the Las Vegas Raiders versus the Houston Texans at 7 p.m. Central Time. Fernando Mendoza makes his return as a Raider. I'm very excited to see what will happen with him. I loved him when he was at Indiana. I think he's very fun to watch. It's very cool to see him play. It's very cool to see him, even in the post-game interviews, just how genuine he is. It's awesome. Finally, let's go over just a little bit about college football. I myself am a huge college football guy. I'll get into more NFL this year. But Brent Venables, the Oklahoma coach, reaches a new 6-year deal, through 2031. I love this move as an OU fan. I think he's done really well, even if the record for the first couple of years doesn't show it. I think the process has definitely paid off. I think now with Mateer, it'll be a really good year. And I think having him on for a few more years is definitely a great idea. And I'm just very excited for college football season as a whole. The culture, the traditions, just the overall feel of it, I think is great. The last thing I'll say, I think Arch Manning is overhyped by ESPN. I think he's good, but I don't think he is as good as they say he is. So we'll see. We'll see. He could prove me wrong, and he could win the unanimous Heisman this year. And I think there's a possibility of that. I think Mateer's going to win the Heisman. Am I biased against Texas? Maybe a little bit. But, again, very excited to see what will happen with him. Excited to see what will happen with OU. I think, unfortunately, my Razorbacks are going to stink as always. But, we'll see. I love college football, partially because it is so unpredictable, and anything can happen. Any upsets, any day. Well, that'll be it for the very first episode of 412 Sports Podcast. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel and stick around because we are just getting started. Thank you. See you guys next week.
1, 2, 3.